as you know, the Bank of Canada has an inflation target, and every year they tell us that they want to have inflation.
Hmm.
Sorry, for me, inflation is not good. 20% inflation is bad.
Terrible.
2% inflation is bad.
Absolutely.
You are losing your purchasing power.
Yes.
So we had a discussion about the inflation targets of the Bank of Canada, and you can see that video on YouTube. So I was not, happy with the monetary policy of the Bank of Canada at that time. I'm still not happy with the monetary policy in Canada. So I knew him at that time, and I know that Carney is the globalist in chief. He was the special envoy for the UN on climate action and finance. He believes in climate change, that there's a big emergency there. He is a globalist and he's part of the elites.
Hmm.
He did work with the World Economic Forum. So Carney is the opposite of myself. I'm fighting for Canadians, for for our sovereignty,
Yes.
and
So what do you say
he's
to
a globalist.
So what do you say to Canadians who will say, "Oh, Mr. Bernier, you sound like a conspiracy theorist with this all these things that you're talking about, the globalist and climate change denial." How do you counteract this?
I'm just telling them the truth. First, CO2. When I'm speaking about climate change, for these climate alarmist people, they think that CO2 is a pollutant. It is not. It is a gas essential for life.
Yes.
It is food for plants.
Yes.
So I'm telling them the truth. So we don't need to fight climate change, and the climate is not our enemy. The climate is always changing. I'm not saying that the climate is not changing.
Hmm.
The climate is always changing, but there's no climate emergency.
Yes.
So for us as a political party, we won't do anything to uh, change the climate, and the planet is not in danger because of climate change.
A lot of people can't grasp their mind around it. They've been indoctrinated over
Yeah.
the years. It's very hard to understand that concept if you've been in the mainstream, your whole
Yeah,
life.
absolutely, you're right. But more and more people are listening to podcasts like you, and they are taking their news outside the mainstream media. That's a good news.